This is the new Redmi A5, Xiaomi's newest entry-level device in 2025. And for a price of about $60, which is around 98 to 99,000 naira, who is this device actually meant for? And ultimately, should you even spend your hard-earned money on an entry-level device in 2025? Well, all those questions will be answered in the course of this video. But before then, please smash the like button to make a lot of difference, and that subscribe button as well, as we are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you. Now, let's dive into the review properly. First of all, the unboxing is very simple. Inside the box, you get the phone itself, right? A USB-C cable, a 15-watt charging brick, a SIM ejector tool, and a TPU case, and the usual paperwork also. No headphones, no screen protector pre-applied, just the basics, nothing too crazy, which is expected at this price point. Now, holding the Redmi A5, it doesn't scream premium at first glance. Don't let anybody on the internet lie to you. But also, it doesn't feel like a toy. It is made entirely of plastic, but it is sturdy, and the back has a nice matte finish that doesn't attract fingerprint too much. It's also got some water and dust resistant certification, which is IP52. Again, which is also rare for a phone at this price point, right? And it won't survive heavy rain or taking your phone swimming, but you can be rest assured that one or two splashes from the zinc would not kill it. It comes in few color options: ocean blue, lake green, and midnight black. And I'm pretty sure by now you know which device or the color I wouldn't say no to. Turning the Redmi A5 up front, you are greeted with a big 6.88 inches IPS LCD screen with a refresh rate of 120Hz, which you would not get every time, probably just in the settings app and in the app drawer. But regardless, that refresh rate is a big deal at this price point. It just makes everything extra smooth and responsive. You wouldn't have issues scrolling through Instagram, switching apps, or even just reading text. The only trade-off here is that it is only 720p. So while it might be smooth, it will not give you the sharpest visuals. And I personally think if you are not someone that is obsessed over pixels, or you watch a ton of YouTube videos at max settings, right, you shouldn't have any problem. The screen is big enough to be used outdoors, and it is big enough to be used indoors. And again, at this price point, I personally think it can pass. Powering the Redmi A5 is the Unisoc T7250 chipset, right? With either 3 gigs of RAM or 4 gigs of RAM and up to 120 gigs of storage option. And here is where expectation matters, right? This phone isn't for heavy users. It is for calls, WhatsApp, Instagram, some light web browsing, and maybe casual gaming like Subway Surfers and Candy Crush. Anything beyond that, like multitasking with multiple apps or playing demanding games, it starts to struggle. But I would advise and recommend you to go for the 4 gigs of RAM variant and the 120 gigs of storage variant, because I think higher RAM, higher storage, better experience. Software is Android 15, the Go edition right off the box, with Xiaomi HyperOS layered on top. And because it is the Go edition, it is well optimized for the processor and chipsets, right? You get stripped down versions of Google apps which are faster and easier on the system. And again, at this price point of $60, you can't complain. Xiaomi is also promising 2 major Android upgrades, and I personally think they wouldn't fulfill that promise, right? Maybe they will just give us 1 major Android update and 1 year of security patches. But regardless, 2 major Android updates is a very, very big claim. That means the Redmi A5 will be getting the Android 17, the Go edition. Where the Redmi A5 really shines is in the battery life, right? It packs a 5200 mAh battery, and that is more than enough to last a full day and then some with normal use, right? You can easily get through 2 days if you are not a power user. It is that simple. And charging is 15 watts, which means it will charge your phone from 0 to 100 in about 3 hours or more, like around 3 to 3.5 hours. That's what I mean. It is all this charge overnight kind of phone, which I personally think if Redmi should have added an 18 watts, it wouldn't have hurt. But hey, that is what we have. And I think again at this price point, it is a pass. On the back of the Redmi A5, you get a standard 32 megapixel main shooter, and up front you get an 8 megapixel selfie camera. No ultra wide, no macro, just the basics, and you can't really complain. Photos in good lighting come out decent. You get okay detail and color, but it's not a phone you buy for camera performance. Night photos is not even great at all, and I would not recommend it. Also, video maxes out at 1080p 30 frames per second max, right? Which I think is decent for the normal regular video conferencing or Zoom calls and casual clips, right? It wouldn't give you movie level kind of video. Nah. You wouldn't get none of that. Remember that it's just $60, right? And I think at this price point again, that is the standard. The Redmi A5 also comes with some extras though I forgot to mention in the course of the video. A side-mounted fingerprint scanner that is fast and reliable, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and a micro SD card slot for expansion. So, who should buy the Redmi A5? If you are looking for a phone that can last a day without stress, that does the basics well, that feels smooth thanks to that 120Hz screen, and that doesn't break the bank, yes, the Redmi A5 makes a lot of sense. But if you're a heavy user, please skip this one without looking back. Ultimately, the Redmi A5 is not a phone that's going to give you the best of the best. It's just trying to fix or fit into your life where it matters the most, like the battery, the smoothness, and the reliability. And I think for most people that is looking for this phone, those things I mentioned are more than enough for them. And ultimately, the Redmi A5, I personally think it is built as a secondary device that you can use as a secondary device. Nobody will be using this one as their main device. Only if you're on a very tight budget, right? Then you can use it as your main device. But expect less, sha. Don't expect something that is more than your budget. That is my review on the Redmi A5. Thank you so much for watching as always. If you are willing to use this device as your main device, let us know down below in the comments. And if you are already using this device, share your experience, let us talk, let's chat in the comments. And please don't forget to hit the like button to make a lot of difference. And that subscribe button as well, as we are so close to 2,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for watching again. And as always, love, peace, and tweaks. Signing out.